Welcome back to the 90 More Podcast. My name is Kosi. Welcome back to the Weekend Preview, a show where we preview each and every game in the Premier League for the weekend. It's match day 24. Some interesting, important fixtures for every club. Get in the comment section. Let me know how do you think your team will fare on this weekend. And of course, hit the like button and subscribe to the podcast as well. Now, Arsenal, after losing to Manchester City, they will start the weekend off on Saturday. It's going to be lunchtime. Arsenal take on Aston Villa at the Villa Park. Now, this one is quite very important for Aston Villa. It is also very important for Arsenal. Arsenal have not won a game of football in the last 3 Premier League games, and also that run extends to the last 4 competitive games after losing to Manchester City back-to-back in the FA Cup and the Premier League as well. Now, Aston Villa have not won a game in their last 2. They've lost both of their last 2 Premier League games, and that means that both clubs are looking for a way back. Both the clubs are going to be looking to bounce back. Of course, both clubs last lost a game to Manchester City 3-1, right? I think this is where the difference is. I think Arsenal and Aston Villa have lost, their last games to the best team in the Premier League. It's now time to bounce back. It's now time to look into themselves and go, okay, we've lost to Manchester City, but can we then win our next game? Villa are a little bit unfortunate that they're playing a wounded Arsenal side. They're playing an Arsenal side that's going to be badly desperate. They will need a win, and I know Mikel Arteta will try to do everything he can in his own power to win this game. Arsenal still second, joint top with Manchester City, 51 points. Aston Villa are 11th on the table. They've done really well ever since Unai Emery came in. In the last 5, lost 2, drawn 1, and won 2. So if you look at all these statistics, I still think Arsenal will win this game. I'm going to back Arsenal to win this one 2-1. It's going to be a difficult one. I think Aston Villa will create chances. I think they will be a very, very positive side. They will put in a lot of resilience, but I still think Arsenal, this is when they bounce back. After losing to Manchester City, after drawing against Brentford and losing to Everton, this is when Arsenal bounce back. So I'll back them. I think they will bounce back. They do have a couple of changes that will be done by Mikel Arteta, I presume. So I'm going Arsenal 2, Aston Villa 1. But if, of course, you have any other thoughts in the comment section, let me know if you agree or disagree with me. Now, the next game is Brentford Crystal Palace. Brentford have been in absolute form this campaign. In the last 10 games, they've not lost a single game. Brentford are absolutely flying. Crystal Palace on the other side, I mean, they will feel a little bit hard done by. I don't think they do have the quality they would want. Patrick Vieira has not been getting that kind of backing as the manager, but they've also picked up some very, very nice results. A draw against Brighton in their last fixture over the weekend just highlights the few glimpses of quality there is in that team. But of course, it was not even close. Brighton were the better side in that team. Brighton created the better chances, and if it wasn't a mistake from the Brighton goalkeeper, maybe they could have lost that game. They are now away from home. They're going at the GTEC Community Stadium. That is difficult. Now, if you talk about difficult stadiums, if you're talking about difficult environments, the GTEC Community Stadium for Brentford is one hell of an environment. So I don't see Patrick Vieira even getting a point in this game. I'm going to go Brentford 2, Crystal Palace 0. I don't think they will score. Brentford have been very, very good defensively in their last Premier League meetings. They did draw against Arsenal 1-0, and I think they will win this one. They will get 3 points out of this one. 2-0. Now, match number 3 of the weekend is Everton taking on Leeds United. Leeds United did sack their manager recently, and I think it was a mistake to sack Jesse Marsch. But Everton, they did bring in Sean Dyche. This is going to be game number 3 for Sean Dyche, and we have all been waiting for this game. We've all been waiting for Sean Dyche playing a level side. Sean Dyche playing a side that is not that kind of superior, giant, not Liverpool, not Arsenal. They've done very well, Everton, in their last 2 games, actually. They've won 1 and lost 1 against Liverpool. Of course, no one expects you to go and win at the Anfield in a Merseyside derby. So there is no question on Sean Dyche there. But this is the ultimate test. This is the ultimate game for Everton. Can they pick up 3 points at the Goodson Park? Can they continue their winning run at the Goodson Park? And look, this season, it is not the best for them. They're really, really, really struggling. You look for them on the table, 18th, Leeds United, 17th. I think the only positive in this game is that if Everton win, then they go out of the relegation zone and Leeds United will drop right in, right? So I think that's where the math is. That is where all the fight is gonna be. But I don't see Everton win this one. I don't see Leeds United win this. I think Leeds will be the better side by XG. They'll create the better chances. But Everton, they always hang in that. It's Sean Dyche, right? He always has that ability to hang in there and make sure that you don't take the 3 points away from him. So I'm going to go Everton 1, Leeds United 1. I hope it happens. I hope it's a draw. But Everton will be looking for a win. But I think it's a draw. I think it's a pure draw written all over red. Game number 4 is Chelsea against Southampton at the Stamford Bridge. This is the game that Chelsea have to win. We've been waiting for that game as well for Chelsea. We've been waiting for that game that is too easy for them. We've been waiting for that team that Graham Potter surely has to be. There have been so many excuses for Graham Potter. It was a difficult game, this and that. He now has his players. He has quality in his team. The likes of Joao Felix are flying. The likes of Kai Havertz are starting to find the magic. This is the game. This is the game that Chelsea have to win. If they don't win this one, I do not know any other kind of game they will win. So Chelsea, for me, no excuses. They should be battering Southampton. If you look at the difference between these two teams on the table, Southampton are the last team on the table, winning 1 game and losing 4 out of their last 5. Chelsea mid-table in position number 10, drawing each of their last 3 games. And that is where the problem is for Chelsea. They're making so many draws, they're drawing so many games, and they're not scoring enough goals. But for me in this game, whether you score 1 goal or you do not score any, I expect Chelsea to see this game through. So I'm going to go Chelsea 4. And that's, quite a very, very ridiculous, call. Chelsea 4, Southampton 0. It's going to be a difficult game. It's going to be a game to prove yourselves for Southampton. I don't think they'll come at the Stamford Bridge and pick up any nice results. It's going to be another bad weekend for them. Now, of course, still on Saturday, Wolverhampton Wanderers will be taking on Bournemouth at the Molineux. I think Bournemouth is another team that is really struggling. Bournemouth is another team that really want points. When I look at them play, when I look at the zeal, the fight they actually put in, they are one of the teams that have gotten a result against Newcastle. And that draw against Newcastle, maybe, in my opinion, just maybe should have brought them back to life. It should have it should have breathed some kind of life into the squad. But I think they'll go down. I don't see them survive. I don't see them pick up more points. I think they will do win a couple of games, but they will go down. Southampton under Lopetegui have been very, very good this campaign. Look, it's one of those really, really good turnarounds that you look at and you're really sure this team is not going to be relegated. Now, look at this. Wolverhampton Wanderers in their last 5 games, winning 3, losing 1 and drawing 1. That is what you want to see. They're sitting comfortably around 5 points off the relegation zone, and it is going to continue. Bournemouth at 19th, they will lose their next game. They will lose at the Molineux. There is no question about this. I'm going to go a win for Wolverhampton Wanderers. Wolves 3, Bournemouth 1. Now, they always seem to score. They always seem to find that kind of goal. They always make it difficult for the opponent. But apart from making it difficult, I don't see Bournemouth getting a result. So, Wolverhampton Wanderers 3, Bournemouth 1. Next game is still on Saturday. Nottingham Forest will be taking on Manchester City. And they are at home. Could we see a shock? Could we see Nottingham Forest shocking Manchester City. This is very, very hypothetical. This is so hypothetical, but it could happen. Manchester City, for me, they used a lot of energy. They used a lot of, power. They used a lot of resources to beat Arsenal in midweek. And they do have a game in the Champions League coming up. So will there be some rotation from Pep Guardiola's side? Will there be some kind of relaxation so that they can prepare for Champions League? Maybe. Now, Nottingham Forest have been that kind of team under Cooper. They've turned around their fortunes in the second part of the season. They are picking up a few points, losing where they deserve to lose, and also winning where they deserve to win. Now, I don't see Man City lose this game, but I don't see Nottingham Forest lose the game either. Man City, of course, now on top of the table already. 4 wins out of their last 5 games, only losing 1. That is against Tottenham Hotspur. You have to scroll down until 14th to find Nottingham Forest, who have actually won 3 of their last 5, drawing 1 and losing 1 as well. The problem is the only game they lost, the last game they've lost, it was against Fulham. And if they lost against Fulham, it doesn't give me that kind of vibe. It doesn't give me that kind of confidence that they can get a result against Manchester City. So I'm going to go Nottingham Forest 1, Manchester City 1. I don't see Manchester City win this game, but I don't see them lose it. So Manchester City 1, Nottingham Forest 1. And of course, to complete the 6 p.m. clashes, Brighton take on Fulham. What a game for us to have this weekend. What a game for us to be talking about. Brighton, Fulham. This one is a must watch. Actually, I think all the games on at 6 p.m. tomorrow, Wolverhampton Wanderers, Everton, Leeds, I think those are the 2 games to watch. But if you want to watch real action, it is Brighton, Fulham. I think Brighton do have a very, very big advantage in this game, though. They've been doing very, very good, very well at home. Fulham, they're the team to beat when it comes to those little, mediocre sides. So I think, look, both of them are really doing very well. I don't want to waste a lot of time on this one. Brighton 2, Fulham 2. Yes, Brighton have been very, very well, doing very, very well. They drew their last game. I thought they should have won that game. They are sitting 6th on the table, 35 points collected this campaign, and 7th is Fulham on the Premier League table. Of course, we have to bear in mind that they have the same number of points. Brighton have played 2 games less. Now, look, I think Fulham score. Brighton do score as well. Brighton have a very, very clean slate. In the last 5 games, they've not lost a game. They've only won 3 and drawn 2, right? No losses. Fulham have lost 2 of their last 5, drawing 1 and winning 2 as well. So I'm going to say 2-2. I don't think this is a fixture where we'll get an absolute winner. If anyone wins it, it's going to be fine margins. Now, to complete the action on Saturday, it is Newcastle, Liverpool. Wow, what a game. What a game of football. Now, the last time Newcastle lost a game in the Premier League, it was at the Anfield way back in August in the 97th minute. Right? And that actually brings out all the action. It brings out whatever we are talking about on this podcast. This is another game to watch. And it's coming at the right time at 20:30, at 20:30, is it GMT? Is it, I think it's GMT, right? So, Newcastle have been drawing each and every game. Liverpool are the struggling side. And of course, you've got to bear in mind, Liverpool have a game against Real Madrid midweek. They have got to focus on that. They have to think about that game. Easy one is another draw. Newcastle 1, Liverpool 1. Liverpool go prepare for the Champions League. And Newcastle will be left looking for their first win in a very, very long time. Now, Newcastle have drawn 4 of their last 5 games. And I think they will now make it 5 draws out of 5. Now, on Sunday, that is where the rest of action actually comes in. Manchester United will be welcoming Leicester City. Man United are on absolute fire. We saw that against Barcelona in midweek. They played very, very well. Leicester City are back as well. There are some of the teams that have been really doing very, very poorly, but they've turned their fortunes around. They're sitting 13th on the Premier League table, winning 2 of their last 5, drawing 1 and losing 2. Now, Man United, of course, sitting 3rd, 46 points. They are only 6 points behind Arsenal and Manchester City, having played a game more than Arsenal. But that's what I'm going to say. Man United's form in the last 5 doesn't actually bring out the real picture of them as a team, losing 1 game, drawing 2 and winning 2. Leicester have also turned around, but I think this fixture actually comes too early for them. I think Man United will win this game by a goal to nil. Manchester United 1, Leicester City 0. And to complete the action this weekend is Tottenham Hotspur against West Ham. West Ham are still struggling. This game comes too early for them to go at the White Hart Lane. I think Spurs will win this game very comfortably. Spurs 3, West Ham 0. That is the weekend preview from me, Kosi. Of course, hit the like button, subscribe, and of course, any of the changes, any thoughts you have in the comment box should be left there, and I'll speak to you in the next one.